clip, started the recording again for feedback.
Okay. So this is the time when we kind of harvest, we at the Empathy Tent harvest feedback and benefits that you experienced in this process. So would anybody like to start?
I'll start. I had a really good time in the other group. We sort of had the intellectual versus the feeling sort of discussion, and we kind of really talked it out. And so it really, I really enjoyed the space to hear the different different people approach a discussion in different ways. And it was sort of a container. It's the empathy circle is a container, I think, that can hold those different ways of being. So I really enjoyed our group.
Okay, maybe I'll just call on people. Ian?
Yeah, I thought it was it was good. It was nice. I think that our conversation was more. I'm going to try and. What am I trying to say? So, what am I going to say? I'm trying to say that I can see how I think in our conversation, because we were quite respectful, and I felt that we were kind of roughly on the same page. We kind of agreed with each other, and we were really willing to listen to each other. I thought that for our conversation, we probably could have had a normal conversation, which would have been fine. But I could imagine that in a different situation where people disagreed with each other or had really strong feelings, perhaps a conflict scenario or something like that, I can see how this method would be really, I think it would be really valuable.
Great. Okay. Alex?
Yeah, I think I kind of gave some feedback during it, but other than that, I think I kind of agree with what Ian said, where like empathy circles are like especially juicy when you have people who are like butting heads already, and then you can actually kind of like start to get beneath their like I don't know, you can get beneath what's really going on in the argument, and so sometimes it does feel like there's not, like a lot of us are kind of in agreement, so so sometimes it doesn't feel as if there's like it's providing a lot. But anyways, I don't know, but in general I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed just connecting with people and being reflected.
Great. Andre?
Oh, okay. My reflection of what happened during both sessions is that most significant, I guess, as interaction between people who disagree when dialogues are conducted with this type of method, it basically eliminates animosity on the surface. It may be within still, but the format disallows animosity, which is very good, I think. So people are kind of forced not to, in a good sense, forced to be more understanding each other, trying to produce some maybe little attempts to hear more intensively the opposite views. And that, for me, always was and always will be a reason for appreciation for the empathy circles, because that's very important. Because when people get in arguments and start locking themselves in argumentative mode without ability to really hear the opposite point of view, they lose a lot. Psychologically, intellectually, and every otherwise. So that's why I think it's very productive. because this method really, again, quote unquote, forces you to be more receptive, to hear something new. That's
Okay.
my.
Great. Martin?
Yeah, I do enjoy it, I must say, and I did enjoy my interchange with Andre. It was and what he's saying is so true, you know, because at the beginning, when Andre started, I mean, I've been in many of these conversations, and I did for momentarily have the urge to do an eye roll, you know, oh my God, not again, here we go, you know, one of those. But as Andre says, the format forces you away from that, and it forces you, you know, to reflect the other person, so that not only do they feel heard, but you actually did hear them because you reflected it, and it stops you from attacking and being defensive and all those kind of things. So yeah, I think it's a really powerful methodology. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Sure. Sophia?
Yeah, I felt kind of estranged. Is that the right word?
Sure.
Because I felt sort of like the clown who wanted sort of like, oh no, don't fight. What? I don't like this. This, you know, I got all emotional because of the argument. So that was my contribution to the discussion. And I just feel sad that there wasn't enough time to, because when my emotions had sort of subsided, questions popped out in my head that I wanted to know. Why do he think like this? And you know, so I would want more time to, yeah, more time. That is my feedback. But I really enjoyed being in that group.
Great. Carolina?
Well, referring to what Ian said, and actually not only he, but others also, I remember the exchange listening to Andrea, with whom I disagree extremely on other topics. I remember such talk, and it was, however, I disagreed completely with him. I felt this kind of very deep connection. It was, I remember myself, the whole body kind of focused on what he's saying, and it was great feeling, actually. I still disagree with him, but what Andrea said, that situation that we disagree, but kind of find empathy, and I would say even affection, kind of, you know. I like him, even I completely disagree with him. So this is one thing, a great thing. So we might completely disagree and still kind of feel that we like each other, that we feel kind of affection to each other. That's one thing. Another thing, what Sophia said, I remember the situation when I discovered that I actually don't have to express my ideas. I might just ask questions and leave those questions. That might be my contribution to the dialogue, and leave those questions unanswered. That's also kind of great thing. Yeah. And I remember Martin from many months ago, we were talking, and actually he was talking about Greta Thunberg, and I wasn't sure what he meant. Then I realized that I know. And actually the talk many months ago kind of made me involved in Extinction Rebellion. Thank you, Martin.
Well, I just want to express my appreciation and thanks to everybody for being here. And what really, I was moved by what Alex said, as far as the, well, I'm not really here with this topic, but the format allowed Alex to express himself and to feel heard. And that, I think, is really, really important. And I want to also say that I feel the same thing about Carolina. I agreed. I've studied some about climate change. I disagree completely with, but I know that when Andre, does something, he brings it. He's not, and that really stimulates me. And so even though I disagree, I'm a better person because I'm exposed to these things, and also exposed personally to Andre's intellectual rigor and intensity. And, culturally, I understand that. I appreciate that. So I thank you. Okay, one thing. Yes, but I just want, and I want to express my appreciation to Sophia for expressing her vulnerability and, and feeling her way through. We're all feeling our way through. We got to help each other. Carolina, please.
I just want to add that I remember this moment of reflecting Andre,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of feeling that I truly understand the way he thinks. It was like it was my thinking. It wasn't my thinking, but somehow like it was my thinking. It was that deep. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that for those who are watching, we invite you to join us and experience some of these same things. This is really building community in a very, very positive, I think, and transformative way.
Did everybody debrief? Okay.
Yes.
I thought somebody maybe didn't.
Well, I get very quickly something.
What's that?
Andre?
May I get something very quickly?
Sure. Go ahead, Andre.
I urge everyone not to neglect the link I have set, but look into it.
And I urge everybody, don't go to that website.
Well, in 30 minutes, we have the facility.
We had.
In 30 minutes, we have the facilitators group. We can continue the arguments there. So,
by the way, I didn't express any of my opinion. I only presented the factual, scientific material. So you don't have to agree or disagree with me.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
You lost control, Bill.
I lost control. And that's okay. That's okay. Because we're all in the empathic society.
Yeah.
And that's the point.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks.
Okay.
I'll see you next
Thank
week.
you.
Okay. Take care.